Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Wildflower Wolves YouTube channel. It's Knit Night with Louise and Jocelyn. We have got so many things to talk about tonight, Jocelyn.
Oh my God. It's a busy, busy, busy night.
It is a
Sorry,
busy
guys.
thing.
I held a sell up. My reproductive organs hate me. Ugh. And
Uh,
I hate them. Yay, I hate them.
it's Friday night. Oh. Are we? Hold on. Let me change
Are we
the.
live?
We are live, but the. There we go. Does that fix it? We'll see.
I don't know.
There we go. It fixed it. It was doing
Good.
the weird um thingy again.
Weird
The
thingy
weird
again.
thingy? The weird oh, that was weird.
Oh, no. Weird thingy. I've heard of it. It happens.
I am. All right, so we'll say hi to everybody. I am not sure. Hold on, I just lost the comments here. So,
Well, I don't know if I'm up for reading comments tonight.
no, I should be able to find them. Just give me a second. Maybe.
My doctor is pretty sure it's that some people transition into menopause. I seem to be crashing through it hard.
Uh,
But we have to have the ultrasounds to double check things because I have had stuff go wrong before. But my God,
not funny.
this is not an enjoyable phase of existence, let me tell you. I mean, most of us here will have either gone through it or are going through it, so you know exactly what I mean. Our own special list of boo to
All
deal
right,
with.
here we go. All right, well, who's here? Nikki is here and Liz. Oh, hey, Patty. How are you?
Oh, I haven't seen Patty in a while.
I know. Okay,
Wow.
I'm trying to make the comments bigger here, or I need something. Hi, Donna, Therese, Susanna, Kate Carol, and Debbie, Liz, Sally. Why is this not working for me? Oh well, that'll be fine.
I
Well, hello
mean,
everybody. Happy Friday night. So,
last
hey,
time when I had to read and I was having such problems, everyone was kindly putting all of their comments in all caps for me so I could see them easier. Like maybe they could do the
that's
same for you. Oh, it's better.
Oh, that's good. So, you guys, we've got crochet stuff to talk about. It is sweater knitting kickoff night.
It is, it is, it is.
So, we better talk. Shall we talk sweater knitting first?
Well, we've also got check-in knitting. So we've got check-in, crochet, and sweater challenge kickoff. Like
That's right.
it's a
Well,
triple
okay.
header tonight.
Let's do the check-in knitting quick and get that out of the way.
Okay, that works.
Um, shall I go first?
Sure, absolutely.
I don't even have my ball of yarn to show you. I was doing
This
my
bodes well.
I know, right? There's a sign. There's a sign.
Oh, oh yeah, it's
So
a sign.
I was doing the grow hat. That was one of my New
Yes.
Start Monday projects from kind of one of the last weeks of December. I actually pulled it out because I needed the needle for another project.
Hey,
So
it's good. It means it's done. It's off the needles. Pull it out, reclaim the
I,
yarn.
yeah, so I have the ball of yarn and I had just pulled the needle out because I had the ribbing done. But then I don't know, some of it started to unravel. So I just thought, oh, I'll just pull it all out and I'll just cast on again, which I meant to
It's fine.
do, but then just never
It's
did.
last year's project. You already have projects
I
piling up
do.
from this year.
So maybe that was just a sign that
That was a sign.
maybe that's just one I'll
I'm hoping.
revisit because I really would like to knit that hat because I had those fantastic cables.
Oh yeah. I mean, it never means you'll. It mean it won't English. It doesn't mean you'll never go back and do the project again. It just means it's not for right now.
For right now. You're right. And that
Just let it
maybe
go.
just let it go. Oh, I
Just
like
let it
that.
go.
Just let it go. Okay,
I'm trying to help Daddy with that. I was like, it's fine that if you've started something and you're looking at it like a year or two later and you're no longer in that place, that doesn't mean what you did is wasted if you pull it out because you enjoyed what you did while you were working on it. So you're still enjoying your hobby, but you don't need to stay stuck to it because you started it.
true. Okay, maybe I'll just let it go. Maybe I will just let it go.
It'll also relieve a little bit of weight, a little bit of whip pressure off of you.
Oh,
Now,
what?
admittedly, I don't think everyone's going to get to the point where I am, where it's like I will rip a whole completed project if I'm not wearing the item. But like, you don't need to be me. I live under very different rules than most other people, and I've chosen those rules, so it's totally fine. It's totally fine. But getting some of that weight off of your hobby, it's going to feel so nice. It feels nice.
Right,
And then, like, if you finish off the year and you've got, like, yeah, maybe you got 20 projects you didn't finish over your 52 weeks, but they're the only 20 whips you have. Like, that would feel amazing.
it would. And that's okay. Yes,
And the
I'm
yarn's not wasted. You can reknit it again, which means you get to keep enjoying it.
that's right. Sorry, guys. I was playing with buttons. I thought I had fixed the camera
Nope.
view, and then I moved it over so I could see comments. And all of a sudden, I'm like, wait a second, that doesn't look right. So I just switched it back. So
Okay.
now you guys can see both of us, and it's just weird
No,
on
that's
my
fine.
end, but that's okay. I can live with that. So Sam is here too. Hey, Lynn.
Hello, hello.
So okay, yeah. So okay, yeah. So maybe I'll just let that hat go, and maybe it'll be a fall project again. Maybe
Yeah.
I'll just do it.
It does give you the opportunity to have us revote on yarn for it.
That's right.
It is a very pretty hat. I don't.
It is a very
I've got several
no,
projects like that where I've ripped it and people have been like, why? And I'd be like, you know what, I'm just not enjoying it. And I don't have to finish things that I start. There's no one is standing here with a gun over my head saying, well, you decided that's what you were knitting with that. I'm like, not so much.
that's true.
Not so
That's true.
much.
All right. So maybe that was it. Maybe that was the purpose of it being the what project of the month was just
Mhm.
to say we're
Help.
just not worrying about it right now. Because yeah,
Yeah, the whip it or rip it me and Diana are doing has been really great to make us fess up, honestly, to what we will
that,
choose to and will not work on. And if we will not work on it, it goes. No,
that
no more excuses.
when you first were talking about that, I was like, oh, that seems like drastic. If you don't
You don't,
get
and
it
I mean,
done,
we
then
set the
it's
goal. So if it's a busy week, we set a smaller goal. If
yeah.
it's a regular week, we set a regular size goal. Diana's given me permission to skip the next 2 weeks because I'm doing the sweater challenge.
Oh, well, that was nice of her.
Yeah, I was like, I can't do all three things. And she went, yeah, no. I'm like, so like we're not setting ourselves up to fail, but we're forcing ourselves to be honest. And if we're
Yes,
not choosing to work on something in the week, then we don't want it, no matter what we tell ourselves.
it's true. What's that? Action speaks louder than words, right?
Yes, it doesn't. What you think is valid, what you say should be thought about before you said it, but what you do is what you mean. So it
It
doesn't matter what you say, it's what you do that tells the truth.
it's like
You can tell me something from here to next Sunday. What you do is the valid action.
it's right. It's like you want to.
Oh yeah, I want to do many things. I
Me too.
want to exercise enough to lose weight. I don't, so clearly that's a lie.
I know.
Otherwise I would.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
well, guess Asa just jumped in here. Hello,
Hi,
Asa.
Asa.
So,
She's been battling a nasty invasion of the tiny chickens.
oh no, I know so many
She's
people
finally on the mend.
have been feeling unwell. Okay, so let's see how you made it. You were doing the Scrappy V. Was that correct?
I had cast it on to do a scrappy V. I was winding up my second ball of yarn for it, and the second ball of yarn and I had a colossal throwdown death match, a la gladiator style, and I lost. The yarn ball won. I lost a good chunk of that yarn ball, which is very rare, but it does
No, really?
happen. Yeah, it's rare.
Oh,
It just
shoot.
it something had gone wrong in the commercial winding, and I could not get it unwound enough to rescue more than about half the ball. So at three and a
Oh,
half balls, it is not enough for a sweater for me. So I had to pull out the Scrappy V, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try a vintage sweater because a lot of them have shorter sleeves anyway, and I
yeah.
need an
Yeah.
elbow length sleeve or shorter. Ideally shorter because I'm working with 3.5 balls of yarn. And I have now been swatching for about half a week straight trying to get the right gauge for the sweater I want to make, which is
Okay.
fine. It's fine. I've come to the determination I may have to. So I went to free knitting, free vintage knitting patterns, like just
Yeah.
just an online website just to get because free for publication, non-domain stuff.
Right.
And I pulled the sugar plum cardigan. I like the sugar plum cardigan. It's cute. It'll go with some of my retro 1940s, 1950 dresses very well.
Perfect.
So I'm gonna make it. This is wonderful. I'll have to do a button bend. I'll have to buy buttons. This is not a problem. I can accomplish all of these things. Excuse me. It's a chocolate nap ginger ale kind of day. My God, my organs are trying to kill me. And I swatched. I swatched like 3 or 4 times, and I cannot get gauge. And I
Oh,
understand that when you're reading vintage patterns, the yarn you Google and the weight it tells you is potentially not accurate because, well, the internet. Like you take it with a grain of salt for a reason. And the needle suggestions are suggestions based off calculations and stuff. So, okay, that's fine. But what you need is you need gauge for your knitting style.
yes.
I am 5 swatches in and I'm still not hitting gauge on 2x2 ribbing. So I've given up on the fingering weight because if I can't get gauge on my sock needles, which are 2.25 millimeter, I'd have to go down to a 2 millimeter size needle to get the gauge I want. I don't want to knit on a needle that small.
Okay, here's two things for you.
I also don't own a knitting needle that small.
That's a problem. That's a legitimate problem. But I was
That's a
gonna say,
legitimate problem.
I I
I didn't
used to
write it
say
down.
that. I used to be like, nope, nope, nothing. Like I just the thought of a 2 millimeter needle over a 2.25 was just
Mostly that I don't. It's mostly that I don't own. I don't. It's mostly that I don't own a
but
2 millimeter, and I don't have the budget to go buy a 2 millimeter. So like
okay.
I have to work with what I have. So
So
uh
what I was gonna say is that really I've started actually knitting with a 2 millimeter and it was just like in my head that number just seemed
oh yeah,
so small, like a two, like I mean, and really, there's not much different, a two and a
there's not that much.
2.25, not a
No,
whole
no,
lot,
no.
right? And I knit a pair of socks with them last year, and it was totally fine. Like I thought in my head, I thought, oh my God, this is gonna take like 100 years and blah blah blah.
Oh
Nope,
no, no, no.
it was no different at all. But gauge in your ribbing, is that really gonna matter? Like, is the whole not the whole thing isn't ribbed, is it?
You change your needles, which is common. Like we do our ribbing in a smaller needle, and we do the rest of our garment in a larger size needle. Usually go up like one size.
Yeah.
In the pattern, it's as originally written, you go from a number 1 pin, which is what they call needles, to a number 6 pin. So they're going from about 2.25 millimeters to well, like 2.25 millimeters or 2.5 millimeters to about 4.25 millimeters.
Okay.
So like it's a drastic jump. For the shape of the cardigan, it absolutely matters. And I mean, as it is, I've already discovered where things are written, and there's been some loss of assumed knowledge
Yes,
that
that happens with
we would
vintage patterns.
specifically write out nowadays, assuming you don't know, that they assume that you're smart enough to figure out if
Yeah,
you don't know it. So I've already had to deal with some of that stuff. So
yeah.
I want the cardigan to look like it does in the image, which means I need to match the gauge or I'm not making the same garment.
Okay.
There's also 6 inches of ribbing at the bottom of this short cardigan.
Yeah. Okay. So
It's
that
gonna it's gonna it's gonna matter. It's gonna matter.
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Which is it's a free pattern. You need 10 stitches over an inch in 2x2 ribbing. Because even though they give you the math and the numbers for a 35-inch bust, your finished garment is 36 and a half. There's an inch and a half positive ease built into the garment. They don't tell you there's an inch and a half positive ease built into the garment. They tell you it's for a 35 bust. So like you already have to know your numbers well enough to know that there is an inch and a bit positive ease in that garment. So if
Um,
I've already got an inch and a bit to have the garment fit correctly, and they have you have more stitches in your ribbing, and then they have you decrease your final row of ribbing before you pick up the larger needles
yeah.
to have your fit work properly. What it also does is with that ribbing change over, you get a little puff, so it looks like you have a nice little pop out of the fabric fold. That's all happening from the change of needles and the decrease in stitches and the larger gauge. So like that's all working in conjunction. So like I don't want to mess with that because if I do, I make a nice flat garment. But what I want is I want that ribbing and then I want that little bit of blouse puff going on in the cardigan top because it definitely looks like it pops out from the ribbing. So I need 6 stitches per inch in the main fabric, and I need 10 stitches per inch in the ribbing.
Hmm.
And
Okay.
from there, I've already done the math on how many stitches I need for my size. Like grading up is stupid simple. You just have to be able to do the math, and that's you can find charts and stuff online for that. So like that's never been the problem. The problem's always been I have to make sure I get gauge. And the needle recommended, and of course I knit weird like everybody else on the planet. We don't all knit the same. But I don't think the yarn they're using was fingering weight. I think it's closer to a double knit. I think it's closer to a DK.
That could
I think it's closer to DK, even though
be
it's listed as a very fine. Well, I think it's closer to a double knit or DK. So I started swatching out an entirely different color yarn because I need a DK weight yarn.
okay. So
So I'm
in
back to square one, and here's my stock net, and I just picked a 3¼ millimeter needle, straight needle, to work on to see how close I am on gauge.
okay.
So I am still swatching 3 weeks later. But I get frustrated and
Well,
mad, and swatches are boring, so I don't always want to do them.
okay, well, at least you're making some progress. It's
I am. I am.
okay, you
I did
got
have to change my yarn though, because the yarn I have is fingering weight, and I need to try on a DK. But that's okay, because my dad won me this wonderful DK yarn
Ooh, that's pretty.
in October from Arcane Fiberworks.
That's gorgeous.
And I've always wanted to work with his stuff, so I was very excited to get some. So
That is very exciting.
I'm very excited. So I'm very happy to do that. And since I haven't made anything else to go for this outfit, whatever cardigan color I make, I will go buy fabric in a matching coordinating color situation. Given the pink in this gingerbread, probably a coordinating color because I don't think
Okay.
I can do that much pink. And I will make a dress to go with the cardigan, so that's fine. But I really want to make it. It's called the Sugar Plum Cardigan, and it's very freaking
Yeah.
cute.
All right. Well,
And I'm determined. But did I get much work done on Scrappy Bead? No, no. It also means I have to find. I did wind the other yarn, so like they're all wound in balls now. So I know for sure. I have enough of this beautiful deep red, brown, kind of dark wine color.
okay.
This is from Midnight Cravings. Freaking gorgeous stuff, right?
It's oh
So
yeah,
like it
nice
needs to
color.
be something. And I've got enough that I can do a short sleeve cardigan situation, so I need to keep fiddling with stuff to figure. I mean, don't get me wrong, I have 4 swatches of this thing, so like I can find a pattern now. This is not an
It'll
issue
be
for me.
okay.
I'll be okay. It was
Okay.
just a very frustrating knitting month.
All right. Well, then we'll just carry on from our project that
Interesting.
we were supposed to work on.
We'll say interesting.
I want to hear about the sweater. And then we can chat. We can end up talking about the crochet. And I want
Well,
to
did
know,
you decide on your sweater?
I have decided on my sweater.
Are you doing garment to
I'm
gauge
winding,
or are you doing a pattern?
I'm doing a pattern.
Excellent.
Yes. So I'm sitting here, I'm winding yarn for my
It's
crochet.
I put all that pink yarn in the pink and gray crochet bag.
Lovely.
It's freaking cute. I love this bag so much. I started my sweater this morning because I knew I wasn't going to be up late tonight.
Yep. Perfect.
And went, ooh, well, Louise usually has 3 or 4 hours in the evening.
That's yep. Yep.
So I worked on it for 3 or 4 hours this morning. Because
Perfect.
again, on your weekdays, I restrict my
Yeah.
hours of operation for this.
It is sweater cast on Daylin.
It
So who
is.
in the chat is also casting on a sweater tonight? I started a gauge swatch on mine.
Good.
And I'm gonna look for some other needles because I think I'm gonna try a smaller needle size
Okay.
before I decide what needle size I'm going with here.
That's very
So
cool.
tell us about yours. Do you have the yarn?
In my Canada Reads bag, because we're almost into February and Canada Reads again,
Fantastic.
highly recommend it to explore new Canadian authors and explore your horizon and try new books.
That's always fun. Perfect. Do audiobooks as we're knitting
Yeah.
socks and sweaters and crocheting.
Yep.
This is a busy knitting and crochet month.
Oh my God, it's so busy. I
February's
have,
fantastic.
oh, it's just insane. I have a bunch of, I like a fresh bowl from Erin of Fireweed Fabrico, which is this wonderful blue. Like, look at those
Okay.
blues. DK weight in her DK weight base. Not superwash, I believe. She prints the very large for me,
Mm-hmm.
but it means I lose some of the other information everybody else gets, and since I don't care,
Oh,
it's fine. Uh, what I need to
okay.
know is the colorway name. If it's
Yes.
her superwash or non-superwash, it's to me it's irrelevant. I like all of it, so it's fine.
Okay.
I can tell when it's tweed fingering versus not tweed fingering. I know when it's lace, and I know when it's DK. So like I know the important parts.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh, that's it. But I started my back panel, so I got a good chunk done on my back panel.
Yeah.
So we can see how that's knitting
Oh
out.
my gosh, look at you got a good start.
I was motoring, like, but again, like I was stuck in bed most of today. I've been able to get up to do small things, but I've been pretty much stuck in bed because of
Ugh,
these stupid body parts. What I love about the mallow is that it has a garter. Garter. There was no ribbing to slow me
I
down.
like that.
I like a nice garter. So I gotta do straight knitting back and forth till I reach 9 inches. This is a free pattern, which is another thing I quite enjoy. It means I can just talk about it. It's kind of nice. It's the
Yes,
Mallow by
yes.
Barocco Yarns. Um, and then I can start my lace panel. So I can put in my stitch markers for my lace panel once I'm done. I am making this as a sample for Erin of Fireweed Fabric Co., which means I am making a regular sized human body. I don't have to make extra 50 million inches because I'm tall. I don't need
Okay.
to accommodate for any extreme bust measurement changes. I can just make the size of a sweater. And it's a size 48, so it's a regular size I'd make anyway. I just don't have to make any of the alternates, right? The only
Okay.
thing is I want to make sure that Erin can wear it. So weirdly, we have the same wingspan. So like I have to make
Oh,
sure the sleeves are long enough for me
yeah.
for to work for her, but then it'll be a sample in her booth for her. So this must be her non-superwash I'm working in. We're
Well,
talking about it. She really
fun.
loves the mallow cardigan, so I was like, I'm going to do that for you because you really like my mallow and I enjoy making them.
Then that's perfect. Perfect, perfect.
Perfect, perfect.
Ooh,
Now
look
that
at
I've
this.
plunged my screen, doing great. But yeah, I absolutely did my work for the day this morning because today's been literally filled with what did I do? I woke up, I knit, I ate brownies. I ate breakfast brownies. I got up and made breakfast brownies. And then I took a nap, and then I got up and had lunch and accepted a grocery order, and then I took a nap, and then now I'm here doing this, and when we're done, I'll have some food and go back to bed.
Well, I mean, all of the napping sounds good. It's just that I'm sorry you weren't feeling well. And that meant you had to have naps.
Good news, I'm at the tail end of the worst of the pain for me,
Good.
which is really nice. Like this is usually the worst day, so if I can get through today, so I was like, thank
Then
heavens,
you're
this was not happening like next week when I'm like mid challenge. That really would have, oof, no, thank you.
that would have been, yeah. So that there. So that's a good thing. That's a good
Yeah.
look at that as a positive. Oh,
And I knew I could get on here and tell all of you guys my reproductive organs are trying to kill me, and you'd all get it. Like I wouldn't have to explain it to anybody.
This is going to be a crappy needle to knit with. Yes, we have all been there.
Get there.
Ooh, look at this. Okay, I'm going to read some of the comments because people are saying what they're casting on.
Oh, yes, I need to know. While I sit here
Okay.
eating my Madagascar dark chocolate.
Okay, so Louise says she's casting on the Carbeth cardigan.
Ooh.
I had a friend who knit that. That's um Kate Davies, right? Carbeth? Is that Kate Davies pattern?
Maybe. I'm good with pattern names. I'm bad with designer names.
Louise says this is her second time using the pattern. Good. That's good words of
I
encouragement for that
mean,
pattern, right? If you knit it
this
twice.
is my second mallow, so.
Yeah, there again. Another good one, right? If you knit
Hmm.
it twice, hi Mary. Mary is doing turtle dove with Lion Brand Fisherman's Wool. Oh, that's nice. You're gonna like that.
That could be
Turtle
fun.
dove. Okay, turtle dove. I should know the designer of that one too, but I can't think of it off the top of my head.
Didn't they get featured by like the grocery girls?
Possibly. It's oh yeah, turtle dove. I know I've looked at that one too.
It's a flowy sweater. What am I? Oh, I'm at 6 inches?
Oh,
4 inches? I'm at 4 inches. Wow, I knit 4 inches already today.
you're fat. I
Hot
know. You got a lot
dang.
done. Hi, Dawn.
I got some good progress done, which is good because that lace panel is not going to be very fast. I mean,
I
it'll be
know.
fast because I've done the panel before, but it won't be quite so zoom as straight knit pearls.
That's right. Mine's gonna be super
I'm
fast.
gonna
So
go back to
Dawn
knitting
says,
now.
Dawn
I
and
can knit.
Diane. Oh, what's that? Sorry.
I can knit now, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Go, 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 go. Um, Diane and Dawn are casting on Winter League pullover. I don't,
That's a pretty pullover.
I went, see that one. That one's not ringing a bell for me. I have to go look at that one. Hi, Sally. Oh, Sally says, I have no desire to knit. I just want to work on the hexi blanket. Well, you can crochet if that's what
Yeah,
you're feeling. Just keep
absolutely.
going with it. Hi, Nancy. Oh, and Nancy's asking Sam, are you going to knit a sweater? I don't know if Sam's answered or not, but oh, okay, yeah, Turtle Dove is a Spastrico.
That's it.
That's why it sounds familiar. Sam was going to, I don't know if we talked about that earlier. Sam was going to do the sweater, but she's decided she's just going to focus on her dishcloths. So, and she's gonna maybe do a sweater later on.
That's fine.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Let's be honest. I'm gonna keep swatching for the sugar plum. And if it works out in the DK weight, I'm going to immediately try to bash that out this month too.
Ooh,
Because then I
okay.
have a finished cardigan to go fabric shopping with to find the right. And then, like, maybe I make the walkaway dress because I've wanted to do the walkaway dress challenge for years.
Well, then I say this is the time you need to do it.
That's what
You
I'm
need
thinking.
to do it. Jen, every time I look at your comment, I keep it. She says she's casting on the poetry pullover. Jen, every time I
Oh.
look at that, I swear it says poultry pullover. Um, poetry pullover. Okay, I'm not familiar with that one either.
Well,
Is
won't
it?
lie, a poetry pullover sounds more appealing than a poultry pullover.
I know, doesn't the poultry, it sounds like an intarsia
Some
chicken.
sort of chicken themed situation, which
Yeah,
could be cute.
it
Could
could
be
be.
cute.
Maybe I'm onto something. Maybe
You know,
I should do
maybe.
a poultry pullover with
Maybe
a
maybe
cute
we
chicken.
need farm cardigans with sheep and poultry and cows and stuff on it.
Maybe. Look at
And
that.
that
Isn't
iconic red barn.
this is how things come to be, right? When
Yes. Well, yeah.
you make a little oopsie and then it turns into something.
Turns
Oh,
into a
Louise.
thing.
Okay, so Louise says, so the carbeth, she says it's fast. She said 14 stitch gauge.
That is a very drapey gauge.
Okay.
That's a very
And oh
drapey
yeah,
gauge.
it's fast tricot. Oh, hey Jude. Jude says, I hope to cast on a harvest cardigan. Oh, but can't start till Monday. That's okay. You start
Fine.
your 2 week challenge on Monday then. That's okay.
It also means you
Um,
get a couple extra days at the end because you didn't start till Monday, so you get
exactly.
14 days.
Yeah, give yourself an extra couple days. And the
Yeah,
harvest cardigan, that is a fantastic pattern. I've known lots of people that have knit that. Like I'm like literally how many thousands of people have knit that one. That's a tin can knits pattern.
nice.
So
It
that's a
didn't fit me right. I made a harvest, it didn't fit me right.
oh no.
Yeah, no. It might just be how they had the shaping done, which that's fine. Some sort of combo didn't work quite right, or the yarn I had didn't work quite right. Still looks good. I just don't wear it
So
because
did
it
it
doesn't
not
fit
just
quite
fit
right.
right like on the shoulders?
No, no, it didn't sit quite where I wanted it to be.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
And that's fine. That's me.
Yeah.
There's nothing
That
wrong with that.
that's oh Mary's she's gonna try for two sweaters in February. Oh my gosh, you guys, this makes me so excited. I love it. Hi Sam. Hi Liz. Oh, mix it up stash sweater. But in is that what you're doing, Liz? Is that what it's called? Mix it up stash sweater, but you're doing it in Manos de Uruguay. That's nice. What colors?
More
Manos.
importantly, is it in the weight of yarn of Algria, which is not how that's pronounced at all. That's not even remotely how it's pronounced. I mispronounce on purpose.
Oh, oh. Antoinette, right? My Life with Yarn. Hello. Jen. Oh, of course it is. Jen's sweater. I feel like gasping here. I'm like, what? It's a lace DK pullover. So she's
Well,
doing
that's gonna be
lace,
pretty.
lace and DK just like you by Sari Norland. Okay, Jen, I can't wait to see pictures.
I think
Um,
it was it Jen's Lacy Boxy I tried at the Manitoba Fiber Festival one year? I think so.
yeah.
Oh, I had the opportunity to try a Lacy Boxy, which is the stripes of stockinette with stripes of lace
Hmm.
patterning in it. It's like the only boxy thing I think I would ever make. That's because I tried one that she made for her, so it was very fitted on me.
Okay.
Wildly different size range.
Well, I guess that's how you get an idea of.
But man, drape, the drape of lace weight yarn or drape of fingering weight yarn on a loose gauge. Oh, so good. So
Oh yeah.
good. So light and fluffy.
So, what? Yeah, that's right. Susanna said emotional support chicken in another form. That's right. We
Pretty
need
much, yeah.
emotional support chicken sweater, right?
Possibly. I don't see why not.
Oh,
Just
okay.
advertise to the world the life we'd like to be living. We'd like to
Oh,
be on
it's
a small
Kim.
sheep farm with a couple
Sorry, Kim.
animals.
My life with yarn is Kim.
Kim?
Oh, okay. Hi, Kim. Sorry. Um, so okay, hold on. How, oh yeah. So Kim said Harvest was a fun knit.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It just didn't fit me right, which is fine. Not
Yeah.
everything in the world is going to fit me,
Um,
nor am I going to like everything in the world. Also a thing.
oh, so so she knitted after she had a baby.
Yep.
And so now she's lost more weight, and so now she's going to pull it out and reknit it.
Nice.
That's what,
Yes,
why not?
reusing the yarn. Excellent.
Oh, Asa says she made the harvest, but she doesn't wear it. Yeah, it's not, she doesn't like it so much. So are you going to pull yours out, Asa, and just do like reknit something else? Or just, are you going to give the sweater away, let somebody else enjoy it? Hi, Tanya. Tanya says, hi, ladies, I'm joining. I just swatched for the, a sweater I can't pronounce. Starts out like a shawl. Haiku, Haiku.
Okay.
That sounds interesting. Starts out like a shawl.
I'm gonna have to look that one up.
Yeah,
I'm terribly fascinated with that descriptor.
I know. I'm thinking, is it like one of those like poncho with sleeve kind of
Yeah,
things? Like
like
a
or yeah,
poncho?
that's I've got
Or
so many questions. I've got
I
so many
know.
questions.
Oh my gosh, what am I doing? Stop it. Stop. Getting confused. I got too many needles here. Okay, yeah, well, we need some more details there, Tanya. Therese, oh, she says, I may cast on a sweater later, but I want to finish my summer top first. I know. Well, it's warm. How warm? Please tell us how warm it is for you, Therese.
Oh God, I'm so sorry that you're not in winter.
You're in summer mode there, aren't you? Oh, you're on the sleeves of your summer top. Well, that's good. Finish that up for the 2 weeks challenge.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Oh, so yeah, Kim says yes, yes, yes. I remember that's right. You were looking after your mother-in-law, weren't you? Yes, and the flu. Yes, I think a lot of people have had the flu go through their household this last couple months.
There's been a lot. I'm
Yeah.
on partial lockdown again. The numbers are so high for everything.
Yeah, there's so many things. Yeah. Oh, Asa says she may just give her sweater away. Yeah, somebody else may like it, right? It may fit somebody else just perfect and be just the thing they're looking for.
Yeah,
Yes, I am swatching. So I started out, I've got this yarn, this no name mystery stuff that came from Spinrite. So it'll be 100% acrylic. But look
that's
at it.
fine.
It's like so lovely. And yeah, it feels nice and soft.
Everyone needs the
Right?
occasional washer dryer sweater.
Yeah. Yeah. This could be just a good one to have. And it's the yarn is fun with the little Tweety flecks in there. So I started knitting with a 10 millimeter needle. That's what I want to say. I started knitting with a 10 millimeter needle, and so now I'm gonna try an 8 and see what I like better.
Okay.
Haven't decided, so we'll just see.
Did you say the name of the pattern? I don't remember.
The name of the pattern, it's doesn't have a name. So
Oh.
Carol, that's here in the comments. This is her. She typed up a pattern. So she's knit. Actually,
Hmm.
I can show you because she knit one. And so she gave it to me to use as kind of a guide as I'm knitting.
Oh, lovely.
I know. So look at this, you guys. It is so soft and cozy.
Oh, that's pretty.
Yeah. And it's look, she's added the cable detail down the front.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And there's an I-cord edge.
Oh,
Look at how
just
nice
I-cord
that
edges are
is.
so clean.
I
They're
know, aren't
so
they?
clean. Yeah.
So it's knit top down, raglan, sleeves. So she wrote out her instructions for this cardigan, and that's what I am going to knit is a Carol sweater.
I'm excited.
Oh, me too.
I wish the black had won, but that's fine.
I know. I was really hoping I really want a black sweater because that's what I wear a lot of. But I think this would be
I'm
really,
just
I really
we have
like
to
this
be
too.
honest. We have to be honest. What is the first thing we reach for? It's the black ones.
It is.
It's the black shirts, the black pants, the black sweaters. That's what we reach for first.
But this is really fun though. So
Now, don't get
I
me wrong. I like the gray tweed. I do like the gray tweed. I think my smart arse comment on Monday was like, well, since you're not casting the gray one on today, you could always just cast the black one on anyway.
just cast them both on. That's
Just cast them
usually
both on.
Susanna's answer. She's like, just do them both.
Just use them both.
Yes. Yes, the white Carol sweater is lovely. It is so nice and cozy. It's just one that you just want to pull on all the time, right? It's so
It
I'm
looks really
excited
good. Sorry,
to
Carol, I'm not yawning at you. The
you've just
pattern.
had a long day.
Just I had to preface with a PSA so people would understand why I am the way I am today. Just not you guys. Tis moi. Tis moi.
Well, you got a good start on your sweater.
I
I
did, yes.
like that's really good
Yeah,
for
me and Phaedra have been chilling in bed knitting most of the day. I mean, she's been sleeping. She's a cat. But I've been napping and knitting all day, so
But yeah, that sounds good. Well, and it shows you've got lots of knitting done. So you're off to a
yes.
great start.
Which is good because
So
I want to have a finished DK weight sweater in 2 weeks. So
where is your halfway mark? Where do you want to be next Friday? So yes, you guys, so we're going to be back here the next 2 Fridays. Normally we're every other, but for the sweater challenge, we'll be back again next Friday doing a little check-in to see where everybody is.
it's true,
So
we will.
do you have a halfway mark? Like, do you want the body almost done and then just
I
sleep?
have to be into almost my second panel by next week. My
Okay.
second front panel. Because this is done in pieces. So it's a back panel,
Okay.
two front panels. Then you seam it, and then you do the sleeves in the round. So
Okay.
like I need to be into sleeve territory by almost at sleeve territory next week.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Because well, it's a nice drapey gauge and a wonderful knit. It's still sleeves are not as short as people like to think they are.
I know. You like to, yes. What's the word I want? Delusional is what I'm thinking of. Yes, you just think
Not
it's just a
inaccurate.
sleeve.
It's not inaccurate.
It's just a sleeve. It's just a
It's
sleeve.
a serious case of rose tinted glasses.
Exact.
And
Sometimes
I'm
there's,
just as bad for doing it. I'm just as bad at going, well, it's just a sleeve. I know sleeves take a lot of work. It is not an insignificant amount of knitting. Like, I really can't, I really need to stop saying that. So no, I need to be well through body construction. So I really need to be on like that second panel by next week.
so are you going to like kind of like figure out where you need to be every day? Like it, so your back is going to be so many inches, your front panel's so many inches, but it's only half the width. Like, do you just and then figure out every day on the back you've got like two days, 3 days for the back, three
I
for the
I
back,
tend to I
days.
rough estimate, like I don't do day by day or count by row by minutes because I never know from day to day how much time I'm going to have.
Mm-hmm.
And I would get very discouraged if I missed a day because something went sideways and I needed to focus on something else for the day. Like my sister needs me to puppy sit or something. Like if something pops
Yeah.
up, I mentally I need that space to be able to do those sorts of things. So I know I have to be on my first front panel Wednesday the latest,
Okay.
ideally Tuesday. But if
All
something
right.
comes up, then it's not the end of the world. I can move it till a Wednesday start. That's fine because I know that front panel is only going to take me 2 or 3 days. And
Mm-hmm.
if I need to work a little bit longer next weekend to catch up, again, not the end
Then
of the
you
world because I don't knit for 8 hours a day on this project, mostly because A, I also work, uh, and to mimic the hours that you couldn't participate because you'd be at work. So there's that. But no, so long as I'm done the back panel, I mean, like super ideally Monday, logically probably Tuesday. Tuesday morning, I'd imagine I'd finish. Because again, I tend to do my evening knitting in the morning, if that makes sense to everybody. So Louise's evening time allotment is I do it in the morning.
that makes sense. That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Because by the end of my day, my eyes are just too tired. They're just too
Yeah,
tired. And
yeah.
it's a lace panel. I can't attempt a lace panel with tired eyeballs. I can't. But like the weekends, as much knitting as I can cram in as possible.
Yeah, weekends are fair game.
Yeah, weekends are fair game. And I
Um,
mean, you record a podcast and I record a podcast, and like we have other things going on. We both have lives, but weekends are fair game.
yes. Okay, Liz, what does this? Okay, Liz says, I voted for the gray because I knew in the end you would cast on the black, but I'm not casting on the black. So did you
Yet
just think that black would end up winning because black is like neutral and like Jocelyn said, that's, usually what everybody wants
goes
is
for, yeah.
so you were just trying to, um, vote for the opposite. Oh,
I
hey,
was
Patty says
watching.
she's got to be taxi for the boys in the morning, and it's her
Oh,
bedtime. If I can
good
finish, I want to
night.
sweater whip. I'd love to join in. Patty, we would love you too.
Of course. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Post
Sign up.
post your picture. Everybody should do is go post a picture in the Fiber Friends Facebook group. Kind of show your yarn, your cast on, kind of mark, tonight, Saturday, whenever you're starting.
Yeah,
Say
yeah.
this is my starting point. And then, keep us updated. And then on February 14th, Valentine's Day night, I am like so excited that we're celebrating finished sweaters on Valentine's Day. I can't tell you how excited that makes me. I
That's
feel
the
like
plan. I'd like to move down a weight yarn class and start trying to see how much of a fingering weight sweater I can get done in 2 weeks.
all right. I have no interest in doing that. I'm happy with a chunky and a worsted.
Which is
I
fair. I don't wear chunky or worsted weight sweaters, so I need to get faster.
okay. Well, this is perfect challenge for you.
Sure
Okay.
is. It sure is.
Um, oh, Tanya says actually cardigan on Ravelry. That wrappy one that starts with the. Okay, I can't go back and read comments, you guys, for some reason. Once I lose them, I can't scroll back up. Oh, Sam, just ask your question. Oh, yeah. So yes, Therese, you had said, what was it, like 28 or 29 degrees you had said? And which is not, no, not too bad. And
I mean,
yet
technically, I
cold.
also have that temperature range. It's just other side.
The other side of freezing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Susanna's saying. It's supposed to get down to -23 on Saturday, -25 on Sunday, -24 on Monday. Yeah.
Yeah, we felt like -24 when I was out earlier this morning.
Oh,
Which makes
yeah.
sense. It's
Well,
bright sunny outside, so in winter that means you cold.
yeah. Bye,
Yeah.
Kim. Thanks for hanging out with us. Let us know if you're working on a sweater. I can't remember.
Oh
What
yeah.
did Kim say? Oh, see, now I've totally forgotten. I can't go back and look. I can look on my phone though.
Yes, you can.
I can.
Oh,
I see. So what else? Um, oh, Teresa, so it's been hot, but she said not too bad for summer. Though she said they did have a 36-degree day the other day. Oh, and then
ugh.
had a blackout for about 7 hours. Yeah, that's hot.
Yeah, yeah, because that would overwhelm the power lines.
Yeah, yeah, it would, right?
Because everybody be using all of their stuff so hard.
For sure. Um, why am I having trouble here? Okay, so Liz did say that she thought the black was going to win. Little did I know. I know only 7 people voted for the black.
I was one of them.
So, um, so you can cast on the black sweater after you finish this one. I know, I would like to do that.
I was watching another YouTuber's wonderful lady.
Uh,
She's very, very goth, so like she does all of her knittings in black. Like that's what she does. Black is her happy place. And she was talking about like one of her hot takes is that knitting in black is not hard. It's just like knitting in any other color, and it's a matter of lighting.
that's
And
true.
I was like,
That's
she's
true.
not wrong. She's not wrong.
Oh,
She's not wrong.
no,
It's
that's
a matter of
absolutely,
contrast and lighting.
yeah.
Technically, that's not the yarn's fault or problem. That's
No.
yours. It's like, no, I agree with that hot take.
Also voted for the black too on Monday. Interesting. Interesting.
Well, it just makes sense. All black is a neutral, it's a staple. We all wear them.
Yeah.
All wear them.
How about
And
my
they
blue
are the
white?
garments we end up replacing the most because we wear them out.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Oh, fantastic. Patio poster picture on Facebook tomorrow.
Ah, beautiful.
Good. Well, I'm so glad you joined in, Patty. This is going to be fun. The next 3 Friday nights is going to be so fun. So okay. Do you think I've got enough done on my gauge swatch? I think maybe just barely.
I was like, by the skin of your teeth, sure, yeah.
I know. This one might just go the 8.
You like the fabric
Won't
better
be
on the 8?
quite is, yeah.
Because you're gonna want those cables to pop, right? So you're gonna want your fabric to have a little bit of gravitas to it so that the
Yeah.
cables look good.
Yeah, I think I might just do this. Maybe I'll actually measure. Got to do what I teach, right? Do
Mm-hmm.
my gauge swatch. Now let me just do a quick count here.
I'm awake, I swear. Oh, I hate being in pain. It's exhausting. And for all the moms
Okay.
in the group, I am of a size where a missed meal here or there will not do me any harm. Will not. It will not do me any harm. I will be fine.
Okay, so now I have a question for everybody else who's, oh, I gotta get comfy here. Everybody else who's casting on tonight, did everybody else do a gauge swatch? I'm
I mean,
curious.
we know I did. What's been gauge swatches? I don't mind doing that first initial gauge swatch, or if you like, you have to do it twice just to make sure you're getting the right, because like you switch needles or something like that. Ugh, with this sugar plum one, I'm on like my what, fifth or sixth gauge swatch? Fifth, I think. I am done. I am done gauge swatching for that garment.
That's, I know that one's being tricky. So,
That one's, but I knew I wanted vintage. I knew I wanted to do it right, and I knew if I did it and I did it right, the responsible thing would be to write a post, like write a blog post about it and publish my numbers so
yeah.
people could see technically it's a 36.5 inch fit on a 35-inch bust model. So like it could be helpful for people to see a 48-inch bust, like
Hmm.
a finished bust
Yeah.
measurement. Though I will have to stress that my chest is a lot larger than that, but I have a 48-inch shoulder situation. Regardless of the girls on the front of me, my upper bust measurement is 48 inches because that's the width around my shoulders.
Yeah. Well, the shoulder measurement, I mean, that's where it has to fit on your
It has to
shoulder.
fit there just as much as it has to fit your bust.
If it doesn't fit your shoulders, then your whole fit of your sweater is off.
Off. It
So
it
you
looks
gotta start there. Oh my goodness,
looks
you
wrong.
guys, have I taught you nothing?
No swatchers amongst us.
Oh, there's a couple. Um,
I know I'm one of the few.
Dawn said yes.
Mhm.
Liz said yes. Mary says no. Cindy says never. Oh my goodness, you girls. All right. But if you don't do a gauge swatch, but at least you're gonna check it as you're going, right? So you're gonna know within like a couple of inches, you're gonna measure, you're gonna hold up, right? Like you're not gonna knit the whole thing. Please.
I feel like Louise is
I know.
holding on to her breath there for us.
I know. I'm like, I
I
can't
can't.
take it.
I cannot
Diane
commit to
said
the
no.
idea of making a garment and not swatching and having it not fit. I would be so mad. I would be so mad.
I mean,
I'd be
yeah,
so mad.
as long as you're checking as you're going, right? I mean, and even once you've done your gauge swatch, you should still do that periodically.
Oh
Just
yeah.
take a look, right? And just think, go with that gut feeling. Like, does it look okay? Is it looking the right size? Um, yeah. Oh, Asa said I did several, but none was right. And I did it mostly to see how the yarn and the pattern work together. See, and
Mm,
that's the thing,
that's a
right?
good thing.
That is like really what there's three reasons to do a gauge swatch. It's to try out the pattern, the stitch pattern. It's to get the drape of the fabric you like, and then your stitch count, so your fit.
Yeah. Yeah, like this yarn was originally meant to be the field sweater. Just a pullover yoke sweater with a
Yeah.
beautiful texture pattern in it. there's not enough contrast between the needles and the yarn for me. So I can see the yarn and I can see the needles. It's not enough strong enough contrast to make the texture stitch work.
Yes. So see, that's
Yes.
good to know on your swatch.
Yeah. And boy, did
Oh,
I try to make it work, and I just couldn't. And then I was like, you know what matters less for that is lace work, because that's counting.
yes.
Yeah, and yarn overs and like knit two togethers, which I absolutely can do. They're not quite as complicated as a small wheat sheaf, large wheat sheaf stitch.
So, okay, so I want to know what Asa did. So you didn't get gauge, but so what are you going to do? Are you just going to knit a different size and figure out the math with the gauge that you're getting? Diane said no gauge swatch. Dawn says, "Uh-oh, this doesn't sound good." When a comment starts out in all transparency,
Oh no.
what else is it saying, Dawn? Diane, oh, is out of town today through Monday. Oh, so we cast on Tuesday for make up the days we're not working on this weekend. That's
That's
fine.
fine. Yeah.
Sure.
So long as
Oh,
you're only using 14 working days
yeah.
to make the sweater. So long as you're
Yeah.
not, sneaking and knitting this weekend while you're gone.
Because you will have to live with that knowledge that you knit
Yes. I
extra
mean,
days.
if you do it and don't tell us, we'll never know. We're absolutely 100% honor system here, but you would know.
That's right.
And
It's
really, if you have to cheat on a self-imposed knitting challenge, that says something, guys.
That's right. It's self-imposed. So
It's
really, like
self-imposed.
there's no
There's
rules.
there's like,
There's no rules. You just do the best you can. Cheryl. Okay, this is a surprise to nobody. Cheryl did not do a gauge swatch. You guys, I think
no,
this
she
is
doesn't.
leaning drastically one way. Sam, I did see your comment about the double knitting, but just keep going with it. You were doing fine on Thursday. Oh my gosh, I gotta hold on. I gotta go back and grab my phone, which fell on the floor.
Uh-oh.
Let me see. I gotta get comments up here.
The phone ran
Um,
away.
also, oh, but even if I
I
do a
hear a
swatch, I
quadruped.
always measure. Yes, I need to find a pattern. Okay, so you're just gonna switch the whole entire pattern also because of the gauge. Okay, well
Yeah.
that sometimes have to do that too. Yes, Tanya says a working swatch. Yes.
Ooh.
Yes, your pattern is just a working. Yes, as long as you're not afraid to pull it all out.
I
Dawn
mean,
says,
if my pattern calls for pockets, I'll make the pockets first and use those as the gauge swatch,
yeah, that would work. Sure.
which works fine.
Oh, Liz. Okay, look, I like this. Liz, you can make a blanket. Liz says I have an entire container of swatches all labeled.
Yeah.
There you go.
Tiny dictator, what are you doing?
Okay, so see, Mary brought up a really good point here. So she says about the swatching, she said it always changes after blocking.
It
So
does.
ideally, if you were doing it, in your best possible chance of getting your gauge swatch to match your sweater, which will mean if it'll fit or not, is that you need to block your swatch to
Yes.
see what the finished measurements are after washing. Okay, Sam, then just leave it till Thursday and we'll work on it Thursday.
Are there some lines of yarn that I will swatch and not block? Yes, Erin's yarn. If I'm knitting an Erin's sock fingering weight yarn, I have done so for so many projects over so many years that I will just gauge swatch to check to make sure I'm within that half an inch I will lose in the washing and blocking process and then go. But I can't even begin to count the number of things I've made in Erin's yarn.
Yeah, yeah.
Specifically her yarn base. because all yarn bases are different and all yarn dyers are different. And I'm doing the gauge swatch just to check to make sure my tension hasn't gone crazy. You were sleeping when I asked if you wanted dinner, and you looked at me like I was out of my mind. So now you have to wait.
See, and
Yes,
okay,
I know
so
patience isn't your strong suit, bud.
I think what you're saying, Jocelyn, is what Cheryl feels as well. Because Cheryl just said she didn't do a gauge swatch. And our next comment is she's like, I'm not afraid. So, but I think that's what like, yeah, if you are able to kind of have an idea of your gauge with certain yarns, I don't
Mhm.
know. I mean, I always would say still swatch, but yeah, you don't want to live too dangerously. And
Hello. Yes, I
okay,
love you very much. Get your claws out of my pants.
I'm going with this because I think there's still enough drape in there, Carol, and it matches the that you had put on your patterns. So
Oh, that works.
I'm gonna go with it. And we'll see. I will try it and hopefully it will be fine. Yes, I can't look at it right now, Sam. So, oh, Mary says Will has a very different personality than acrylic when blocking. It
Yes.
does. It
So
does.
does Cotton. I was talking with one of the ladies in the Discord in the Patreon thread channel, and she was like, "Any recommendation for Cotton?" I was like, "Yeah, piece it because Cotton has absolutely no stability whatsoever. She's loosey goosey."
I'm looking at my pattern. So I saw Asa's comments. She said she would
Come
rather
here and say hi to
knit.
the internet. Hi, internet.
Oh,
I'm
hi,
being a
kitty.
monster.
Oh,
She's
she's
purring, by the
sweet.
way.
Asa said she'd rather knit and rip it out than do a gauge swatch. So
There,
that's all
there.
right.
I cannot. I can't. I can't. I can't. I and it definitely is the longer I knit and the longer I go through things and the more I make stuff, I realize that I am not a drapey, boxy, positive ease human. I'm not. It doesn't look good on my frame. I'm a fitted garment person, and gauge swatches become excruciatingly important for fit if you want your fit to be right.
Yes.
But if you're working with like 4 to 6 inches of positive ease on a boxy sweater, like you've got a lot of wiggle room. Swatching is not nearly as important. Still a good idea because my God, I've seen that blown up in people's faces, but not so, oh my God, you need to do it. But more like, yeah, you probably really should. Even those silly little small rectangular stripe swatches that aren't really swatches that we like to pretend are swatches, like even just doing that helps.
And something is better than nothing. Okay, so I'm getting called out here in the comments. So I'm putting my swatch back on the needle.
Finishing your swatch properly?
I'm gonna wash it and block it. But it's acrylic. So okay, so you got I'm typically I find like acrylic doesn't usually change for me,
Not
but
really, no. I mean, you'll get a
and
smoothing and you'll get a nice look at the finish, like the finish once it's
yeah,
washed and blocked, like what your sweater will look like once it's washed and blocked. But
I will.
acrylic doesn't change much.
All right. Well,
Wool
okay.
will stretch and shrink back because that's the nature of wool. And you have to dry cotton in a specific way to make it reform because cotton just it has no structure on its own.
Yeah, you got to be careful. You
Linen,
don't stress
silk
it.
act more like wool. Yeah.
All right. So get ready. This will make some good. I'll do some bunch of posts. How actual big is this?
How actual big is this?
Actual big. Okay, so I'm over 5 inches wide. Okay, I will need a little more. I'm only at 3 inches. I'll do a couple more rows. And then I will wash and block it. And then
I did mine earlier this week.
it'll be a good little test. I'll measure the gauge before and then we'll measure it again after it has its little bath. I'll give it a bath as soon as we're done here and then lay it flat and I'll put the fan on it so it'll like dry super quick.
I
And
super cheated. I had to wash my under things this week, so I washed my swatch at the same time.
that's not how's that cheating? That's not
I
cheating.
was like, I had to wash all of it, so yeah, it's fine.
That's all right. Washed, blocked.
Wash, blocked.
Um, yeah, see, Asa says I would not know how acrylic works. I have not used that since the 80s. Well, it's a little nicer than acrylic from, acrylic
Most
has,
of it, not all of it.
well, that's true. Some of the cheaper acrylic is still not quite as nice, but
Yeah.
there's some cheaper that is nice too. So it's, yeah, you just gotta try it and see what you like.
I know everybody loves all the hand knit blankets in my apartment. It's because they never see my great grandmother's hand crocheted one because it came from the 70s. It just lives in a box. Just lives in a box because no one's gonna like it.
Well, yeah. Also says swatches lie sometimes because
They
it's
will.
tiny. Oh, it's tiny and I'm not. But that's true though. But I think that your swatch, you get better the bigger you do your swatch. And if you wash it and block it, hopefully you're going to get something that's pretty accurate.
There's
Like
also
you
the
said,
consistency of it. Like if you are always swatching, you learn to read your swatch. So you learn to read, so you know that when you're working in one type of wool versus another type of wool, odds are good your swatch is going to do this because it usually does this.
you get to kind of know for
Yeah.
sure. And see, and the other thing is, right? Now, um, like if you, so the idea of doing a larger swatch, well, a larger swatch is two reasons. You get more knitting time as you're knitting across the rows. So you're going to find your groove, you're going to find your tension, and it also lets you measure over 4 inches because measuring over 4 inches and then dividing it down to one is more accurate than just measuring 1 inch. So that can also, you know, if you do, if you just do a little itty bitty swatch, because like sometimes I'm guilty of it too, sometimes because you want to do something quick. So you just do a little something and you measure without washing it, without blocking, and you only measure over an inch. Right there could be why your swatch lies. Because there's,
Ma'am, you have 2/3 of the under table there. Why do you need to be right where my feet are?
oh, okay. Could you put, okay. Oh, I see steam. Okay. Yeah. Cheryl says it has no memory. So that was like the cotton, right? And
Cotton
probably,
has no memory,
right.
absolutely none whatsoever. Cotton is why your blue jeans sag halfway through the day. It's the cotton. There is no
Yeah.
memory in it.
Yeah.
It will not hold structure. It's
So
not,
Mary,
it's not what it's for.
yes. Mary says, I agree, Jocelyn. I wore a hand knit cotton ribbed sweater to help at an outside fundraiser for my kids' school. In a couple of hours in humid weather, it magically turned into a very low-cut dress.
Yeah,
Yes, it is just
cotton's
yeah.
like, okay. So while it's a fallacy that you need nylon to knit socks, because if you have a high twist wool sock that isn't superwash, no, you don't. You need nylon or a stabilizing fiber like an acrylic or a stellina in your cotton for your cotton to keep its shape. Cotton does not keep its shape. It's why your jeans sag. It's why your t-shirts grow over the day. It's why your sheets grow as you use them in the week. It's the
Yep,
cotton.
cotton.
Also, I work in cotton, but I stress, and I work in cotton a lot, but I super stress, like you have to wash cotton after everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a wear multiple times like a wool or a linen or a silk is. It's a wash after every wear kind of fabric, which is fine. That's just the nature of the fabric and what cotton picks up from you. Never mind the outside world, from you every
Uh-huh.
time you wear it. And because it loses its shape.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, it needs the heat of that wash cycle to shrink back in. Same as like linen's hypoallergenic. It will never be stronger than when it is wet. Don't know why, that's just how linen functions. It's at its strongest when it's wet
Right.
and it works best in hot water. but it itself is naturally hyperallergenic. So you want
Mhm.
linen next to your skin, you want wool next to the linen, and ideally you skip the cotton entirely.
That is all good info.
But again, I work in cotton. Like I know it's fine. I wear cotton. I just know I have to wash it after I've worn it. Like polyesters, you got to wash them right after. Like you can't wear them twice.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so there's some good comments in here about steaming the acrylic.
Yeah, that would work. It would be a bit, it might be a touch faster, but really, if it's just if it's a 5 by 5 spot, like it's 5 inches in a square,
Yeah.
that's gonna be, if you wash it tonight, it'll be dry in the morning.
Yeah, yeah, it will.
Yeah,
It will. For
yeah.
sure. It will. Yeah, Diane said
Especially like July, maybe not, but like right now, oh yeah, no,
it's
it's
yeah.
totally fine.
It'll dry. Yeah, Diane said red heart was sandpaper, which put me off it in my teens. Yeah.
Yeah, Red Heart is still really that way for a lot of it. Like a
It's a
lot of
very
it. Yeah.
durable acrylic. Oh, Jen
It's
says,
not an acrylic I'll knit in, if that tells you anything.
yeah, I
I
get it
won't.
from my pom-poms, but
I just no.
I I have a red and white scarf that I started 3 Christmases ago,
Okay.
probably. And I'm pretty sure it's Red Heart. And I remember chatting one night about it and just like, yeah, I really don't like knitting it. I think that's something I should just rip out and
Yeah.
just turn it into pom-pom yarn. Like I know
Turn
some
it into pom pom.
people Red Heart is what works for them and that's what they like.
It doesn't work for me. No. It's
But
fine. They're beautiful colors, just doesn't work for me.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. But I know not everybody likes Burnett Premium and they don't like Impeccable. And those are absolutely acrylic because I go for Pound of Love,
yes,
Karen Cakes,
yeah,
a lot of the Karen acrylic blends and stuff. Like I
yeah.
work in a lot of those.
Hmm.
And they're fine. I have no problems with them at all. And they're quite soft to the touch and quite enjoyable
I
to
like them
work with
too.
and
Yeah,
use. Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, everybody's got their own
Everyone's got their own.
what they like.
Yeah.
So what, oh, okay, I want to read Jen's comment here. She said, I have a knit blanket my grandmother made us when we got married out of a good old-fashioned red heart yarn. She says I never have to share it. Yeah.
Fair.
So people even knit it up, yeah, into a blanket. People, it's not one that people go to, but yeah, it'll be durable, right? It'll last forever.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it will.
Oh, Asa. Okay. Asa says I usually do my stitch count over 4 inches, but row count doesn't often fit. So mainly I go for the stitch count.
Mm.
Yes. Quite honestly, I mean, I just worry about my stitch count. My row count, I don't worry about.
I don't worry
Especially
about my row count as much.
it's, only if you're doing like a pattern like a cable or a stranded. And if you know your row gauge is off, then you're gonna have to figure out, fudge something, add some extra rows in somewhere to get the length you're needing, repeat a pattern. So, but yeah, most times if you're just doing stockinette, your row gauge doesn't matter. You can just
Not
measure it.
not as much.
No,
Because you can stop making the length whenever you need to stop making the length. But she's only ever
exactly.
going to be as big around as you've gauged her for.
That's right. That's right. Oh, Jen said I made my granddaughter a traveler hoodie out of Cascade DK Prima cotton, and it doesn't stretch terribly. Okay, well that's good.
I think doesn't the Cascade Pima cotton, is that 100% cotton or does it got a little bit of nylon in it? I've done a couple of the Pima cottons, but I tend to do a lot of the hand made stuff for the house in the Pima or stuff from my mom in cotton because that works good. I'm working in a DK cotton for her for a cardigan for the summer.
But maybe it's yeah, I think it's 100% cotton, but I'm wondering if it's a hoodie. Okay, so it is a hoodie. I was gonna say a hood. I'm thinking it was a hoodie. Okay, then my comment is not fit. I was gonna say,
And
I was thinking you
also,
meant, I was thinking you meant like a hood, like a hat with a cowl
aren't your
or like a
grandkids still
something.
pretty small?
Well, and that's the other thing. Maybe it's just it doesn't have the weight that like an
Yeah.
adult sweater would have.
It would definitely have a different weight if we're still working in kid sizes.
Yeah, maybe. But either way, that's good, right? I mean, if it hasn't stretched out, and that's great. Oh my word, Mary's put Fentex. Yeah, Fentex. So we all have memories of our grandmothers knitting with Fentex, right?
Thank you.
Did we all have Fentex slippers?
My dad has cotton slippers. I have to go shrink them again when I
Oh,
go to town in
great.
June. When he got them at Christmas, they fitted like a glove. I was like, they're gonna stretch a bit. They stretched more than I thought they might. So I have to go shrink his slippers for him when I go up in June. I'm like, if you come down early, he's like, I'll bring him with me. I'm like, yeah.
Here you go. So Liz says, once I repaired a toilet with linen thread, the repair lasted for years.
I
There
I
you go.
know I harp on it a lot. I harp on it a lot. Cotton is not as good as people think it is. There's nothing wrong with it, and it
Yeah.
absolutely has its cases and its use points, just like everything else. But if you want something that's like in the natural fiber range and you want something that lasts, you want wool, you want linen, you want silk. Everything else is lovely to work with. Hemp probably close to linen too, but it won't
Yeah.
have the same wear characteristics. It's the same way as people are like, how can you wear wool in the summer? I'm like, insulation works both ways. It keeps you
Mm.
cool and it keeps you warm. That's what insulation does.
Yeah. I love knitting with hemp.
I've had a chance to do it once or twice for small things. It's quite fun to knit with. I'm not sure how it would work for a larger thing, but
Yeah.
I've never worked on it for a larger thing, so like I just don't know. But I know, especially since now I've taken a look at how clean our clothes actually get when we put them in the washer and dryer. I know hand wash, which explains a lot right there. I've taken a look at how care for these types of different garments, and I've been like, I'm going heavy, heavy into linens, heavy into wools, and I'm leaving
That's
a
nice.
lot of the other stuff behind for myself. Because I'm like,
Oh,
it's
Mary.
not good, guys. It's not good.
All right. So, well, no, that our theory about the granddaughter sweaters, not really. She said it's an extra small adult, so it's
That's
still
still small.
still small, but it's not kid small. So I don't know. Jen, you got lucky. Maybe that yarn's just great. Maybe your tension was nice and snug. Who knows? Either way, that's good. As long as it's holding up, that's fantastic.
Maybe the granddaughter doesn't care quite so much if it stretches out during the day because it looks good after mom's washed it.
Quite possibly. Uh oh,
And
Asa says
grandma's
she's never
seeing it
tried it.
fresh out of the washer and dryer before she gets dirt on it. Depends on the mom.
That's true.
Depends on the kids. Some kids are not as hard wearing on their clothes as other kids. Some adults are not as hard wearing on their clothes as other
That's true.
adults. There's a variety in life, but cotton doesn't really have a shape. Now, if I remember correctly, the cotton that Jen uses is like a short staple cotton. So like they would have had twisted that quite firmly, which would give it some structure,
Maybe.
which would give it some structure.
Yep. So Cheryl said the yarn that she's knitting her sweater in right now is 55 wool, 45 cotton.
Yeah, the wool would give the cotton strength, but
Hmm.
wool and cotton have wildly different care instructions, so I'm not comfortable working in wool cotton blends.
See, I like a wool cotton.
They
I
feel
like how it
nice.
feels.
Yeah,
As long
they
as
feel great.
you,
They're
I
so
think,
different in care. I'm not comfortable with that.
yeah, I think as long as your wool is the higher percentage than your cotton, then I would be fine with it. Oh, Diane, that's yeah. So this Diane says she loves her cotton from market bags. That's a great use for
My
sure.
my bedspread is worsted cotton, 100% cotton.
Is it?
Yeah. And it's handcrafter cotton and Lily Sugar and Cream dishcloth cotton. Like it's the super sturdy
Oh
cotton.
yeah. Oh
Yeah.
nice.
I made a whole queen size bedspread out of it.
Holy
It stretches
moly.
as I use it. That's fine. I wash it and I dry it and it shrinks right back up.
That's perfect.
I have a couple cotton cardigans. I use cotton. I understand how it works. But yeah, no, like I just no,
Yeah.
I have to be able to wash the cotton. Like I know what gets in there and how fast it gets in there from the human body. I can't. It's just gross. I can't do it. But
Cindy,
wool doesn't want to be washed that often.
so look at the such a difference. So this is, they're both stockinette. Yeah.
I've
Anyways,
almost knit
okay.
an additional 2 inches in the time
Yeah.
we've been chatting.
I'm at 4 inches. The
Oh,
size that I'm looking at that I want is 5 inches wide, 4 inches tall.
nice. I mean,
So
if you made all of your swatches 5 inches wide and 4 inches tall and stored them in a tote, at some point you'll magically have a couch throw of memory swatches
that's
that you
right,
could sew
exactly.
together.
Just like Liz has.
Yeah, yeah.
He had to run. Dawn, you're allergic to hemp? Huh. Interesting.
I've never
Well,
heard
I
of
mean,
that one, but that's
I
gotta
haven't
be
either.
so weird to try to avoid.
But I was gonna say that's maybe an easy one. Like really, hemp is, I mean, most things are cotton or, like I mean, there's not
I'm
a
thinking more food and cosmetics and skincare and lotions and
okay.
stuff,
Yeah,
where hemp might be more prevalent.
it could be. Yeah. Yeah, interesting, interesting. Yeah, Mary, you're right. Hemp is similar to linen. It feels rough while you knit, but then it gets softer over time.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love a linen. I love a
Oh,
linen.
Susanna's heading out too.
Good night,
Well,
Susanna.
yeah. Oh, Cheryl said, yeah, her wool and cotton yarn's really soft. Yeah.
No, they feel amazing. I just wildly different care instructions,
Yeah.
and my brain goes, nope.
Yeah. And that's everybody's personal preference, right? You
Oh
just
God,
got
yeah.
to do
Yeah.
what. Oh, and then of course Sam says, she says, I love cotton for her dishcloths. Absolutely. That's
Yes,
the
cotton
best
for
thing.
dishcloths, cotton for a lot of dishcloths, dish towels, hot pads, oven mitts. Like cotton's great. Cotton on my bed. I have cotton throws for the cat to sleep on. Like I do love cotton. Just also understand how it works.
Oh, so yeah, so you're right, Jocelyn. Yep, Dawn says food and cosmetics is hard. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. See, there's
It's
all those
hemps and a
things,
lot of
and
things.
until you have an allergy, you don't really realize what it's all in, right?
My brain just went, she said hemp, and my brain's like, I read hemp in a lot of the side of ingredients boxes and stuff I read, and I
Mm.
have to read ingredients boxes every time for things I've consumed for years because they will change. There was a
True.
huge national brand of bread that changed. They started putting corn flour on the bottom of their rye loaves. I can't have that rye loaf anymore. And they
Yeah,
changed
for
the
that.
formula before they changed the ingredients label because they used up the last of the pre-printed bags. So I was sick
What?
because I run across it, but it's trace things, so they
That
don't have,
should
yeah.
not be allowed.
But it won't kill me, so it doesn't count. And it's not popular, so it doesn't count. Like I'm old enough, I grew up when the peanut allergy became a big thing at first.
Hmm.
As it should be, it kills people.
Mhm.
And it's very easily one of the ones that can kill people. But I'm not celiac, so I don't have a gluten intolerance, which right now, if you have a long-standing food allergy, you know what I mean when I go, it's not one of the popular food allergies, it doesn't count. Right now it's hip to be gluten-free. So it's coming up in the stores, and while I'm excited for people who can't have gluten, it makes it hard for people who have a real allergy versus people who are eating gluten-free because they want to lose weight or something, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a
like
totally different thing.
totally different thing. One of the junior principals in my elementary school when I was younger, one of the ones I went to, passed away because he was allergic to peanut butter. Like there are different levels of allergies. I can't
Sure.
eat corn, and it's in a lot of things. And it's not always labeled because it's not an allergy that'll kill you.
Yeah, that's
I have
unfortunate.
two girlfriends that wander around with EpiPens, one because if we're in the same room where someone's opened opened a bottle of wine, she has to take the EpiPen because she starts to go into anaphylactic shock.
Oh
Like her
gosh.
throat seizes up from opening it up in the same room as her. And another one that's allergic to several different types of mold at EpiPen levels. Like mine's
Yeah,
not that bad. It's bad. It's not good, but mine's easy enough to avoid if we were stricter on
right.
regulations. So, but I don't generally eat pre-made breads anymore, and I haven't for a very long time for that reason, because they are full of corn, all over the place. I can't have store-made flour tortillas. They have corn. Hamburger buns, nope. Hot dog buns, nope. Fancy
Yep.
buns, nope. Most of
I
the
know.
breads, also no. Boxed
There's a
cereal,
lot.
absolutely not. Boxed cereal, no, never. Granola, nope. Gotta be homemade.
All right, there it is. So I'm gonna go
So I get
measure.
I get that I get the hemp allergy. It's got to be everywhere, and it's got to be insidious because people don't pay attention.
Okay, I'm gonna wash it. I'm gonna wash it because trying to find an iron that I never ever. Oh wait, I maybe I know where it is. I was gonna say
Okay.
trying to find an iron that I never use.
Use?
I actually use it more for crafting than I
Okay.
do for, but actually, no, I do know where it is, but I still want my steam. I'm just going to give it a bath. I'm going to
Give it a
measure, so
bath.
I'll post some pictures and then I will get ready to cast on tomorrow. So that'll give me time to work on some more We didn't talk about crocheted squares and we're at time here, but
Yeah.
I've got one in progress here.
What
But
day are you
oh,
up to?
9.
Oh, no.
Uh, But okay, crochet. Everybody who is doing the crochet squares,
Hmm.
Jocelyn and I were thinking about doing a Zoom call this Sunday afternoon.
Yeah,
So I will send out a Zoom link. And
absolutely.
what time did you want to do? You said, did you want to
Oh,
do?
I'm live on the internet from noon to about 1:30 with Diana. So
Okay.
after that,
So
2 p.m. my time would be good because then I've got a good 30 minutes to
30 minutes. Does that give you enough time?
to dehydrate and have something to eat. Yeah, I got leftovers in the fridge.
So I'm gonna say
And
two.
I will have more leftovers because I want to make a big thing of chicken soup.
Okay.
I'm gonna say chicken
So
noodle, but there's no noodles in it.
So 2 o'clock Sunday afternoon, 2 o'clock my time. No, two
2 o'clock
o'clock
my
your
time.
time.
Yeah,
So
so three
that
o'clock.
makes it 3 o'clock my time.
Yeah.
3 o'clock my time. Okay.
I mean, I might be finishing my chicken noodle soup, but I'm
That's
sure
okay.
people will forgive me if I'm scarfing the last of my lunch.
That'll be fine. And yeah, and then we'll do an hour-ish. Maybe last time we went over a bit because everybody was sharing lots of
Yeah.
things, so which is always fun. So I will set up a Zoom link.
Okay.
And oh, Asa, yes. Oh, I have not started my crochet yet, but I will be asleep for the next Zoom. That's yes. Okay, well we'll try
Fair.
maybe we'll try to switch the next one up and maybe do it a little bit earlier for Asa. And there's a couple of other
Well,
people
what
that
what what I think we need to get in the habit of doing is after the Zoom call on Sunday, you and I schedule the next one.
yes, we'll have to do
Yeah.
that right away.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. There you
I think
go.
that'll help a whole bunch when our schedules are a little bit more freer because it's a month away.
Yes. So yeah. But we'll see. Whoever can join us this Sunday. That would be
Yeah.
great.
For a
And we can
check-in.
catch up and see, you can show off your squares, show us the stack, which ones were your favorite, or just update on whatever crochet project you're doing.
Technically, I'm 2 days behind right now, so I've got to do
Oh,
2 hours of crochet work.
that's good. Well, that's not too bad. Not too bad. I'm still hopeful um that I can catch up.
Stop seeking perfection. Stop
I
seeking
know.
perfection.
Well, yeah. I'm learning lots.
I've knit
So that's
this
good.
much in our Zoom call.
Oh my gosh. Look at you. See? Fantastic. Fantastic.
Gotta
Oh,
love how
also, at least
short
I
rows are
found
when you're
my
done in
yarn.
pieces.
All right,
Gonna
Tanya.
measure, but that's it for tonight. I don't want to work on this anymore tonight.
Oh, that looks awesome. Tanya says she hangs acrylic swatches in the shower and that's how she steams them.
You know what? That sounds excellent because you shower and steam at the same time. It's a
I
two
like
for one.
that.
I like it. Can I put my cat in the shower? Can I wash the cat at the same time I wash me?
What,
No?
Mary? There was
No,
yarn
says
made
the
years
cat.
ago that was made from part of a shrimp, like the shell part, or
Like the
I,
ocean creature?
I, I don't even want to know.
The
I don't even
ocean
want to
creature?
know.
I don't even really
Um,
eat shrimp. Shrimp's fine. I'm not into it.
yeah,
I like other types of seafood better.
interesting. Because they take lots of things and make them like corn fiber
Hmm.
and yeah, and they make that into, I mean, I guess similar to how they do bamboo, right?
I mean,
Um,
I
yeah,
seriously want to work in some fiber that was made out of corn because it's so long as I'm not ingesting it, it's fine.
yeah. So,
No.
well, Diane, I don't, will you be around on Sunday at 3?
You show off our
After
squares.
3? Yeah. I'm gonna see if
What?
I'm gonna finish this one here. I had to
Yes,
wait
I know.
more
When we're done
yarn.
here, we'll go feed you. You're not starving.
I had my Karen cake. I ran out of colors,
Okay.
so I had to wind up the colors from another
What are you doing?
ball. So I
Hi,
am
what are you
set
doing?
to go. Oh, Diane, good. You'll be free Sunday. That'll be fantastic.
Good.
Good, good, good. Okay, that's exciting. Yeah, I've been really liking seeing all the crocheted squares in the Facebook group. It's very
Oh,
inspiring. Oh, you like this one here? This one here
turned
has
out
actually
good.
been fun because I made picots. Look at that.
Yeah. Are they pretty?
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
so easy in crochet.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. So I'm going to finish this one. And yeah, I had a big aha moment with this square. So my next square is going to be even better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
worry about perfection. The big thing is
No.
to get them done.
Did you see my day 8 square?
I sure did and went, oh my God, lady.
I
It did
know
not need to be that much work.
it was impressive, I have to say. Um, anyways,
She would like dinner now.
is that what she's saying? It's time to
Yes.
go.
Time to go.
Well, we are past 9 o'clock. So it is time for us to wrap up.
And yes, I know. Switching sides isn't going to make me go faster. How
All
about,
right. Well, oh, Diane, you finished your first blanket. Just need to steam and weave in some of the ends during movie time. Oh my gosh,
ooh,
I can't wait
lovely.
to see it. Good,
Can
good,
I give
good.
you a bath? You're shedding.
All right. Well, everybody,
Um,
this has been a wonderful Friday night. So
say goodbye
Cheryl
to the internet.
and I, she looks like she is holding on for dear life there. So Cheryl and I will be live
What she
on the,
wants me to do is lean back so she
oh,
can pile up on me and I won't. But she
we
needs a
can really
brush and
do
she
what
needs a
she wants.
bath. It's time.
All right, so Cheryl and I will
You're
be on
stuck in
the
my
Fiber
shirt, aren't you?
Friends channel tomorrow morning, so I can show you the results of
Oh,
my gauge swatch after it's had a little bath.
good. I'll try to tune in the morning. Try to
Okay,
be awake for it.
all right, yeah, it'll be fun. I can't believe it's yeah tomorrow's Saturday morning. Oh my
Tomorrow,
gosh,
Saturday morning, and the 1st of February.
I will save that comment for tomorrow's podcast.
Uh-oh.
We don't have time to talk about that tonight. Okay, you guys. Um, thanks for watching.
Did you not eat my hair?
Happy sweater knitting. And we will see you. Okay, so we'll see you Sunday for anybody who's crocheting. Anybody
Absolutely.
who watches Cheryl and I, will see you guys tomorrow. And
Otherwise, we'll see everyone here next Friday.
Yeah, and then we'll be back here again next Friday. So,
Absolutely.
yeah, all the fun things. So happy knitting, crocheting, sweater making. Post some pictures in the Facebook group so we can inspire everybody else.
Goodbye, Kitty.
And we will be back Friday night
Okay.
with um yeah, some progress on our sweaters.
Oh, I need to be almost done my panels, my front panels.
Yeah.
I have so much knitting to do. Oh my God.
All right, I can't wait to see your progress.
Okay.
Okay, bye.